So one thing I love is I love the paranormal, ghost videos, UFOs, cryptids, all that stuff. But I actually don't believe in any of it. I actually find most of these videos can be explained with simple explanations, and most of the time when we say we've seen a ghost, we're just jumping to conclusions. But that's what I'm here to do today, to see whether or not this is a ghost video or something more simpler. I'm here to explain paranormal. Where? What are you looking at? Real ghost caught in camera live notice. Where is the ghost? Is it this? Don't tell me this is what you're calling a ghost. Let me just scan this whole video. I'm not seeing anything besides this. Real ghost captured in camera alive. Is this what you're calling a ghost? Come on. I know exactly what that is. So it was very obvious to me what this was. To me, this was just a simple water droplet actually on the camera lens. So thinking about this, it should be easy to figure out how to solve the water droplet. All I would need to do is place a small droplet of water on the camera lens. Once I did that, I could see for myself how a droplet of water affects a camera lens, and I should receive the same type of results. Oops. Okay, so this is not what I thought I would get. That's interesting. I wonder if my lens is just too small to compare to the single droplet that I think it is actually happening. Because instead, it looks nothing. And I got a drop on the lens, which is what I wanted to do. But man, maybe it's because it's a CCTV camera versus my own camera, which is a much smaller lens. Because, spoiler alert, I use a cell phone. That's all I got. Let's do some research. It was at this point I decided I needed to do additional research to see exactly what water droplets on a camera lens look like. I decided to look up some images to see what would actually happen. I know that this is an actual effect used in movies and games and that kind of stuff, so I know that there would be some type of examples. Another thing I decided to do is to actually look into the difference in the physical size of the camera lens and a CCTV lens. So the camera I'm using is an iPhone, so I wanted to see how much bigger a standard CCTV footage lens would be compared to that of my iPhone. But I really couldn't find any actual specifications for that, only some very vague things. Mostly in the focal length. I found a nifty chart that told me the difference in focal length and how much they cover and that kind of stuff, which I understand is very useful, but not what I am looking for. But after some research, I found some useful information, and well, here are my final thoughts. So it's difficult for me to actually find a legitimate size of how to compare the lens on my camera compared to the lens of actual CCTV. Because the thing is that I am 99% sure that what it is a water droplet, but I can't seem to simulate that effect. But if I just look on camera lens effects, this is what you see, which, if we go back to the video, is exactly what you see. The other thing is, it goes down. It's going down. Gravity is carrying that water droplet down off the lens, which would make 100% sense. But for some reason, I can't seem to simulate this effect. I have a feeling it has to do more with the size of my camera lens versus the size of the camera lens used on the CCTV. The lens is, for my camera, I believe, is about the size of the actual droplet of water. I don't have a tool small enough to drop a small enough size of water, I think, to get the same effect. And without an actual CCTV, I don't appear to be able to actually produce the same results for me, which should be something rather simple. But everything I see points to this quote-unquote ghost being a droplet, just a droplet of water that happened to fall on the lens. Wherever that droplet of water came from, who knows? You've got animals in there. Maybe the animal just spit. I'm not saying that they did. Without seeing the rest of the building, it's very difficult to see where that droplet of water came from. It does appear to be inside, like these are where they stay inside. Who knows? Maybe there's overrunning pipes. It's clearly some sort of farm. So, but when it comes to actually producing this, it's difficult for me to find the right, specs on physical size. The biggest I see is 2.1 millimeters, but that's measuring the focal length, not the lens. And I don't know enough about cameras to figure out how to translate that into physical size. But I think anybody who's out there who has seen CCTV cameras, the closed caption cameras that are often around malls, this place and the other, and seen a standard iPhone, knows that the physical difference of the camera lens is quite large. But I don't know, I'm just surprised that I'm unable to replicate these results. And it does make me question the results. So the best I can tell you is you're gonna have to take what you can from this. I still firmly believe it's a droplet of water. You Google, here is an unreal texture for this effect, and it looks just like what you see on there. I think this is an actual picture taken with water droplets. If I go back to what I Googled, water on camera lens, this is what I get. I get these kind of images. This doesn't look real. This looks all CG with things, but whatever. But this looks pretty real. It seems to match what I would expect. Now these cameras are soaked, obviously. I like it before and after. But this appears just to be a single droplet. But that's gonna have to do it for this episode. If you have any ghost recommendations for me, please leave them in the comments below. And if they're worth testing, I will. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.